Let's start with this. 90% of contractors don't have a brand. They're invisible. But I'm going to teach you how to fix it. And you're going to be able to understand if you have a brand and if you don't. And also what you can implement to go build a brand and stand out from everybody else. Because the truth is that you can be the best builder in your market. You can be the best plumber, you can be the best flooring guy, the best painter, but you will still lose to mediocre contractors. You might be the contractor that has the amazing portfolio, the 5-star reviews, but you're still losing bids to contractors who just aren't as good. This is not about you working harder. This is about brand positioning so you can work smarter with better projects and better clients. This is what it looks like when homeowners are looking for a contractor. They're probably looking around for a couple contractors, right? Everyone shows up with the similar wrap trucks, the similar measuring tape on the side, and probably have the same pitch. We do quality work, we have fair prices, we've been in business for X amount of years. And then there's always that one or two client that asks you, well, what makes you different? And I hear this a lot as I consult with a lot of contractors is I ask them the same thing. What makes you different? They'll just sit back and say, we really care about our customers and our customer service. To the homeowner, you're interchangeable. It's like trying to pick 2 cans of soup that are identical on a shelf. When product seems way too identical, price becomes the only differentiator. And so you got to take a step back, right? You can't see the bigger picture when you're standing in it. You have to take a step back and ask yourself, why does this happen? Because most contractors only focus on what they do, whether that's roofing, whether that's painting, whether it's whatever it is that you do, but they don't focus on why or how they do it. And from working with so many different contractors, you can just hear the same language from each contractor. Quality work, reliable, affordable, experienced. This is the cost of being an interchangeable contractor. Clients will always try to nickel and dime you. There's always constant justifications on your pricing. There's never any loyalty between you and the clients. And it's just an exhausting bidding process with low closing rates. So you have to understand that being good at what you do, that's the baseline. That's not the differentiator. Everyone claims to be good. What actually determines who gets hired is when the client can see who has the most confidence and clarity. And you have to put yourself in the client's shoes because there's 3 psychological factors that they're basing their decisions on. One is always going to be a trust transfer. Do I trust this person won't screw me over? And this is going to be built through messaging, communication, professionalism, and your presence. It has nothing to do with your actual skills. Here you have to reduce perceived risk. The second psychological factor is going to be the clarity of difference. Clients need to know if they can explain why they choose you. And it could be for 2 reasons, because maybe they need to justify their decisions with their spouse who they make decisions with, or just themselves internally. If they can't articulate why you're different, they default to price. Having a clear brand positioning is always going to equal an easier decision for the homeowner. And then the third factor is going to be an emotional connection. Do I like this person? Do I like their personality? Do they get me and my project or see my vision? Are you speaking the same language as the client? Do you share the same values as the clients? This is everything that they're thinking about. And study shows that clients choose the contractors they're most certain about, not the best or the cheapest. Certainty is going to come from clarity, and clarity is going to come from strong brand positioning. So think about this. If contractor A has 20 years of experience, great work, but generic messaging, right? Then contractor B comes in and says they have 8 years of experience, they do great work, and they have a crystal clear brand. For example, they'll probably approach the homeowner saying, we specialize in historic home restoration for homeowners. Contractor B is going to win 70% of the time when bidding against contractor A. But the question is why? Because clients know what they're getting with B. Now let's get into what brand foundation actually is. What a brand is not, it's not just your logo. It's not just your color scheme. It's not your truck wraps. It's not your business cards. It's not marketing stuff. Your brand actually is the story people tell about you when you're not in the room. And so what makes a brand foundation? Let's talk about the 5 things that make up a brand foundation. Positioning, brand values, unique methodology, brand voice and personality, and then your visual identity. We're going to start with positioning statement. Who you serve, and it has to be very specific. And throughout this course, I'm going to be going more deeper into how to find your unique voice and your statement as you go through and watch the rest of the videos. But yes, who do you serve? You have to get very specific with your niche. Not that you're just going to stay in there, but it just has to be something that is specific to what you do more of, because regardless, people will always reach out and know that you do something or you specialize in one thing. And because they know you for that, they'll probably just sit there. They'll probably still message you or contact you and say, well, do you do bathrooms? I know you don't post much about bathrooms, but if you do it, you know you'll take the project if you know that you can handle a project. So don't worry too much about the way that you're positioning here because you think that you're going to lose other clients or other projects. We'll get deeper into that in the next couple of videos. But yes, who do you serve? What do you do has to be very specific. How are you different? What is your unique approach or your philosophy? And here's an example. We help upscale homeowners reimagine their home with custom high-end remodels that blend precision, beauty, and functionality. Very detailed oriented, and clients know what they're going to get from it. Now, your brand values is going to be 3 to 5 non-negotiable principles that guide every decision that you make. And I'm not talking about generic values. I am talking about very specific and things that you own and you stand for. For example, maybe you like to show a lot of material transparency. So a lot of your content is always going to be based off of showing clients exactly where materials come from and breaking them down so they understand that what you use is quality products to match the quality work that you do. Then you have a unique methodology. Your specific process with a name, anything that's unique, it just makes your approach repeatable and memorable. And you do have to use that name or that unique methodology in your content repeatedly as you continue to post content about whatever it is that you want to promote more of. So if you're doing a lot of kitchen projects right now, you can say the 5-phase kitchen transformation system. The 5-phase kitchen transformation system. Clients will be able to reference it, share it, and remember it. And then you're going to have your brand voice and personality. How you sound in all communications and how you show up on social media. So are you the professor contractor, which is more educational? Are you the partner? Do you sound more collaborative in your pieces of content? Are you the contractor that is always guiding homeowners so your audience sees you as that trusted advisor? Whichever one you choose, and I'm going to help you develop this as you continue to watch more of these videos. Whichever one you choose has to be a consistent tone across every platform that you use to communicate with clients, websites, proposals, estimates, social media, email, all of it. And then this is when your visual identity comes into play. So now is when your logo matters. The colors matter, but only after you have a strong foundation that is set, because your visual identity should reflect your strong brand positioning. And so now, why does this foundation matter? As a business owner, this is going to be the filter that drives every business decision. Your pricing strategy flows from it. Your marketing messages come from it. Even down to your hiring decisions has to align with your brand foundation, with your core values, with everything that we spoke about earlier. And then client selection just gets way much more easier.